Welcome to the Tempest Universe broadcast. For fuck's sake, everything that can go wrong is going wrong right now. But I want to welcome Green Man, The Norm, and also Davina. Hi, Davina. How are you? Hey, welcome to the video cast podcast.
Thanks for having us, man.
All we get is the +1. Where's Davina?
Yeah,
She's on her way.
why is it the +1 is running things?
I don't know.
That's really strange indeed. Very strange.
I'm scared.
So welcome to the Saturday edition of the Tempest Universe. Do I sound too loud?
No.
No, you
I had all these microphone problems this morning and this evening. Anyway, so welcome to it. We're here to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. And anyone that's in the live chat, if you want to talk some shite, there is a link that's posted on Facebook and YouTube that you can go in, you can join in. Now, here's the cool thing. You don't have to have video. It's okay. You can actually just choose a picture, and you can get just audio if you don't want to show your mug on here, because maybe the CIA or FBI is looking for you.
I see Game Vet. I see Blue
so,
Chicken. I see Dave, fresh out of the hospital.
Love you, Dave.
Yeah.
Love you, Dave.
I mean, guys, I wasn't saying anything right now, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
So it's like the end of Romper Room when the chick always held up the mirror. Who do I see?
Yeah.
I see
That was
Dave.
my favorite show.
Jeez.
Green Man, that was one of my favorite shows.
And then every once in a while, you know, they get lucky. It's like, oh,
And she never, ever said my name, ever. I tried for months and months to watch her say my name. She never said Norm or Norman or Norbert, nothing. Just always like Jim, Andre. I think she even said Jesus.
That sounds terrible. Anyway, so welcome to the Tempest Universe.
Childhood trauma.
What the hell is going on here? What the hell? We're trying to announce this episode, folks. Come on. Just get past that part, and then you guys can talk away as much as you want.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the Tempest Universe. This is the video on YouTube episode where we talk about whatever the hell we want to. And I feel like you guys got a lot of shit to talk about. Oh, there you go. If you're not on YouTube, you're not going to notice that Green Man has his UFO Buster radio shirt on.
Nice.
The good old days. Yeah. And then you're not going to notice that Dre's Cohiba is smoking up the room. His fire alarm's about to go off any second now. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah. And as the Norm kind of noticed, we have a few people in here in the live chat. Thank you guys for joining. But if you have a UFO story, and I know GameVid has a shitload of them, you can call in and then share some of these. So
is he driving today?
I'm not really sure, but we'll find out in a second, I'm sure.
He will.
He'll let us know. I don't know what the hell this means. Do you guys know what that means that he posted in there?
Up, down,
He's illegal.
Up, down, down, left, right.
BA
starts. BA, yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
BA start.
That was a new code. Our buddy Idle Space is in there. Idle Space, wish him well. He's a little recovering right now, so hopefully everything goes well for him.
Sorry for the loss of your car.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. Take
Sorry
care,
for your
bro.
car.
I think it died.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the tree is not.
Yeah, the
Probably
tree
not.
won.
The tree won that one. It was hulking out.
The important thing is we still got Dave.
We still got Dave. Somebody's got Dave right now. I don't know who the fuck
Hey,
it
Nate.
is. Yeah. But you know, being in Australia, you don't know. You don't know.
I'm
could be
saying
stuck
a
somewhere.
kangaroo kicked the tree into his path. That's all.
It's
I
very
know.
possible.
I think he slid on a wombat, personally.
Oh, look at this. Look at, ladies and gentlemen, we can actually see Dre's training area right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, wait, he's coming back.
That's considered Spartan security. That's how we train our stuff, our background.
Yeah, and I see the bulletproof
A
vest up there.
little rope there. That's a 40-pound running vest, sir.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
to
there
say,
you
is that
go.
a bulletproof vest we got back there?
It's a running vest. Yeah.
Weights.
So you run with a weight, so when you do run on race day, man, you feel like you're running like the wind.
Yeah.
I had to switch classes.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, you're too fancy. Look at you.
Oh, wow.
Are you going to gargle it too?
The swirl. Hope you got your eyelashes on for that, Dre.
That's how you drink beer. Jeez Louise, have mercy. All right, so
hold on.
Oh, wait a
Go
second.
ahead.
All right, so this is the first story that I'm going to start off with, and then you guys can take over whatever you want to talk about. But I've got this guy here.
I like him.
Hey, that's Shatner.
That's William Shatner, 80 years old.
Oh,
I had no
happy
idea he was
birthday.
that old. No,
Happy
today's not his
birthday, Bill.
birthday, but it might as well be.
Might as
But,
well be. Every day. Why not?
Yeah, no, I mean, come on, he's the captain.
Okay, there he is.
William Shatner, also known as the original Captain Kirk. Tiberius.
Still only a captain?
Yeah, he's the only. Well,
No,
no,
he
he
was
made it up
admiral,
to-
but then he got like demoted, and
Yeah.
then he was back.
He's a
again.
troublemaker.
Yeah, 'cause he's a hot shot. He's a hot
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, it
I
was
figured
on
that
a spot.
Dre is that way too.
Oh yeah.
So you can kind of I don't know, find some brotherhood with him.
I would let Dre be a captain of a small fishing ship.
Yeah, the USS Eyelashes. So anyway, I got bad news. Bad news. For those you guys who are Trekkies, so right now we established he's 80 years old, but he's joined the bad guy in order to make it to space, officially make it to space. In October, William Shatner is joining Jeff Bezos.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, it's horrific. So
wonder how much that
alongside that's like joining the Klingons.
I'm telling you, isn't it? That's freaking.
Vulcan.
He's a fucking
Or,
Ferengi now. He's 80-year-old Ferengi.
Pretty.
That's
you
what
know
he is.
damn well Bill made some money off of that. Because years
Come on.
ago, Shatner was charging $150, $150 for fucking his autographic like Comic-Con
Well,
shit
yeah,
like that, man.
He's got horses to
So he's getting paid by Bozo to fucking get up there.
Probably.
You think
Well, listen, he's going to be the oldest person in space. So
Even over Funk.
over Funk. I think Funk
Wow.
was in their 70s.
Oh,
Well, I like that he's
right.
going.
Yeah, I think it's great that he's going, right? Because he acted for so long like he was in space.
He's not the first, of course.
But
Scotty's
sad-
on the ISS, right?
Yeah, but the sad thing is that he's going up on a phallus instead of a starship.
That's,
You're right. Scotty's on the ISS, so
yeah.
really, he's not really the first one.
No.
Well, he's on the ISS in ashes.
Well, you got to get there somehow.
Yeah, he did. He got there. And I think the fucking place is haunted, to be honest, but thanks to Scotty.
Yeah. He's
But
like
yeah, so there you
engineering
go.
stuff.
He's fucking the place up. That's why they
Yeah.
got to get rid of it.
That's why they got to be so smart. They got to keep up with all that ghostly engineering.
Yeah, no kidding. So there you go. He's a turncoat, the way I see it. But I'm sure at 80 years old, you gotta do it one way or another. So it's probably better for him to get up there now on the phallus. On the
So he's actually older than the lady who just went up.
Yeah, I think Wally Funk is in her 70s.
Okay.
God, we have to
Hey,
look
good
that
for
up.
him, man. Good for her. Good for him. Good for anybody who can get
Yeah,
up there.
fucking old people get up there.
Yeah.
So,
he's still cognitively all with it, right? Because he gets up there and like slips and thinks he's actually Kirk and starts bossing everybody on the fucking rocket around.
Or what they call that, incontinence hits, and he just pisses all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
One of those.
Hey, he has a show on History Channel. He's still doing shows.
Oh yeah, the unknown or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to take
What
over
channel is that
what
on?
Leonard Nimoy was doing.
I think the History Channel, because they did
Okay.
a crossover with Oak Island, and he was on Oak Island, and it was
Really?
Yeah.
it was part of his unknown show. So
It's a pretty decent show.
Man, I'm glad I turned my DirecTV back on. Now I can catch up with all the past Oak Islands, because I haven't seen like 2 seasons now. It's been
Okay.
2 seasons.
there's a bunch on Netflix too, I think.
Okay. I can do that too.
Norm,
Yeah.
it's the Templar.
Templar.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, it's the Templars.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
dude.
It's a clan. Got it.
There's been so much little shit that dude, just absolutely makes no fucking sense. Why
You got to have a
it's
subscription
there and all
or
this shit, but it's
fans
like nothing
only.
big, but it's like all these
Fans
little
only.
damn things that keep on turning up on that island.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's up to
I
the
think
unknown? I don't know.
Who's gonna know?
Who's the unknown? He's unknown.
Oh,
What are you
I think
asking me
that's
for?
Joe
Chicken.
Bob.
Rick. Rick from
Let's go, Bob.
Rick Realms.
Rick. He changed his name to the Unknown.
Yeah, I believe that's him. Hey, Rick.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think Gamebit. Gamebit probably knows.
Gamebit. BC.
Somebody.
Can we put the live chat like right up in the side right here?
No, we're not that fancy.
Oh, darn.
No, I think it's a YouTube setting. I don't have that because on YouTube we don't have that many followers. So who knows?
So Shatner's coming to Vegas. That's what you're saying.
You're getting Antarctica.
Shatner? He's going to shat himself, all right. Why is he going to Vegas? Wait a minute.
He's going to Vegas before he goes up?
Oh, that's not where Blue Origin is.
No, they're in Texas, too.
Blue Origin is in Texas as well.
Yeah.
Man, you guys got all the big phallus. What's going on?
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Right.
Yeah, apparently.
A lot of land, you know.
Yeah, he's in over, what's that?
Space.
Starship America, some shit like that. Someplace America where they shoot up their rockets. It's in the central part of Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, hey, who gives a Shatner? Yeah, Shatner fucked up. Let's be honest about it. But, like I said,
side.
yeah, I think that he's just up in age, so he can't wait for Starship to be ready. So he's got to jump on.
I'm not really a Trekkie. I'm more of a Trekker. So
he's got to jump on somebody's phallus to get it done. So
damn,
why not Bezos?
Anybody seen the new Star Trek series?
Which Picard?
No. The newer one on CBS.
Oh,
no.
Anyone
that
here?
It's pretty badass, actually.
Have you seen it, man?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. I have it on video, but I didn't actually subscribe to see it. I was actually one of those guys. I was upset.
No, it was good.
Wow,
it's pretty good.
Is it good? I hope it's good.
Gamer says he can't join in. He's having audio issues.
That would be his wife.
Gamer, you can catch UFOs, but you can't get audio. Come on, man.
Come on, what the hell is that? Your technology backwards, man.
I know, right? He catches badass videos, but he can't get it. He can't speak to us.
No, he'll figure it out. Watch. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, he needs
to reverse. We talk enough shit about him. He'll figure it out.
I know.
Yeah, he needs to reverse engineer his setup. That's what he needs to do.
And these are all inside Asgardian jokes, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're new, welcome.
My bad, Gambit. You're my hero still.
Oh yeah.
Okay, can I go mine?
You got what? You got yours?
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
I'll go first.
Go ahead, you go first.
After Manny. So
wait, hold on a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Look at you. Because you look so pretty today.
Yeah.
So I was doing my little research on Texas.
Okay.
I would try
did the Astros win?
Texas. Yes, they did. They're 7 games ahead over Seattle and Oakland. My bad, California. I would try to see Bigfoot news, UFO news in Texas because, of course, I'm in Texas. So I was reading up on one thing, and I was looking for UFOs, and it's a TV station outside of Austin, and I was reading everything. I was like, I like this article, then I realized it was a year old. So then now I'll have to go look up more information. So anyway, the TV station says that people around San Antonio and Austin, they saw little white dots in the sky, and they have a picture of it. So the TV station did their due diligence, and they tried to find out what it was. When it comes to be, and this is the operation. It's called Google Operation Loon, Loon. Anybody ever heard that?
Never. Loon.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like it's, supportive of the site.
Well, it goes back to our old buddy, our old friend that we always, besides swamp gas, Venus, what is the other thing that everybody says are UFOs?
Starlink.
One more. Starlink, and one more. What's the other thing we always talk about?
We always talk about the ISS satellites. Wait, what is it?
Balloons.
Balloons.
Balloons. Okay.
I shouldn't do that one.
It looks like a Mylar balloon, a big ass balloon. So what it is, it's called it was called, well, Project Loon, 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 not M, but that's what it was previously called. Then Google got wind of it and said, you know what, we want to take over this project. So basically, the TV station finds out, hey, what are these dots up there? Well, it comes to be that a company started launching these balloons into the stratosphere to give internet connection to areas that they can't get internet. Now, this is a year ago, right? So we fast forward to now. Now Google bought that project from whoever it was. I didn't have the time to search to see who the original people who did it. But now it's called the Google Loon Project. So they're trying to get internet to people in rural areas that don't have access to high-speed internet. And I'm thinking, this is a story we've heard over and over, right? Let's get internet to people who don't have internet. And to me, the two things that always, like the red flag, is a balloon spotted as UFO. How easy is it now to, okay, the Roswell crash, oh, it was not a UFO, it was a balloon. So now we keep pushing that same, we can keep that same, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Same bullshit.
Yeah, basically, yeah. We can keep the same bullshit going then to now and say, okay, that balloon, that's all it is. And this is what we're doing. We're just trying to help the people who need help, right? Yeah. I just seem so coincident. I mean, make up a goddamn new story. Jesus. Stop keeping the old story over and over and over. So that's the thing that they're like, ding, 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 make the bells go off. Like, okay, using balloons in the stratosphere for internet access.
Yeah.
That's freaking nuts.
Apparently, the balloons are maneuverable by adjusting their altitude too.
But here's the thing. So you got Starlink. Starlink is not the only one that has a constellation of satellites that are in space. Why the hell would Google try to use fucking balloons in 2021? That's nonsense.
Good question.
Yeah, and they had 6 balloons. They had 6, I think, I want to say it was 6 to 8 or 6 or 8 of them. They had them at 50,000 feet, and they went as far as Virginia, Kentucky. I guess they let the balloons go until I guess they popped just to try it out to see. But like there were people in San Antonio reporting it. Then it just kept floating away. And I thought that was pretty interesting because I'd never heard of anybody besides, the satellite
the wiki links on it. It looks like laser links are being tested. They're testing a lot of laser links.
Yeah, I know they're doing that with the Starlinks. They're testing laser links in between the Starlinks themselves.
Looks like they got a base out in Puerto Rico.
What?
Yeah. LTE coverage in Puerto Rico is attributed to that.
Yeah, they were trying to help those people get internet access. That's why they were throwing balloons. They were trying to see if that really works. Like, okay, say a major hurricane hits the United States or half the country gets cut off, just drop 6 balloons, let them fly, and everybody will still have internet access.
They actually have recorded 1 million hours in the stratosphere. That's quite notable.
Well, really, that just tells you this shit's been up there for a long time. So
right.
A lot of these UFO sightings could be because of these loony-ass balloons.
And then the other thing is it really internet that they're providing up there? Or are those baby like cameras? Or you can put a big ass camera on a damn balloon and throw it up in the sky. No one's gonna see it, and then we own whatever we want to own. We can see, we can hear. We have satellites and that are orbiting that can take pictures of goddamn license plates. Now I drop a little bit more and say it's just a balloon with internet. I'm just saying.
Well, here you go. It says here the on January 21st, 2021, it was announced that Loon would be shutting down. It was the reason for that is obviously there was so much more from SpaceX going on that the road to commercial visibility was not in reach. So
no shit.
They couldn't make a buck on it, so they dropped it.
Yeah, they're a little too late to the game, but I'm pretty sure someone else will pick that up, right? Because they're going to try to get rid of it. Yeah, they'll try to get rid of it on the cheap, and then someone else will come up with some crazy shit. Yeah, I guarantee you.
WikiLeaks actually has a really good link here on Loon. You guys might want to look it up. It's got a lot of connections to it. It's really good.
It's pretty interesting little article. That's why I was like, I like this thing. I mean, it can go a lot of different ways, you know.
Yeah. Well, and the laser links that you were talking that they're talking about using. I mean, one thing I heard about must have been 6 years ago was what they could do with laser information, like digital laser information. That actually they devised a mechanism that would actually spin. If you shot 3 lasers at one point, it would spin it in a way where it would make it faster. And I think that these guys were part of that. It looks like. It started testing, way back in 2016. So that would definitely be along that timeline. That laser speed makes a lot of sense because I don't know if Starlink is built, the square boxes. If they're lasers that have to transport all that information, if they're using that upper end technology or not. I mean, how far does laser technology go?
To the moon?
Beyond, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
to the moon.
Hubble uses them.
No, we have pieces of metal on the moon that we shoot lasers to. That's how we tell the distance from the Earth to the moon. We put, I guess you want to say like a mirror, and then we know where it is on the moon, and we actually shoot a laser to it, and that's how we find the distance from the Earth to the moon. But I think that was
you know a little bit too much about that.
What? I watch Discovery.
Dre's
All right. Hey, by the way, GameVit has arrived.
Oh yeah, baby!
Audio fix! Yay! Hey, buddy. Hey, good buddy.
Well, kind of fixed. Not entirely. Yeah, you're cutting off quite a bit there.
You can catch aliens, but you can't catch audio.
Yeah. Come on, reverse engineer it. Let's go. You probably need like a corded. I think it's maybe the Bluetooth that's doing. Yeah. Might be the Bluetooth.
To connect on this.
You sound like a bad disco. Like the like the DJ's done fucked something up.
What do you do? Let me check and see. I'll be back.
All right.
Who's that guy behind you, GameBet?
There you go. There you go. That's all he needs. That's who's messing up with your audio. Gee Louise.
Did I say it out loud? My bad.
Yeah. All right. So who's next? Who's got something else?
Appreciate that.
I heard some.
I got couple. Earlier in the week, you were talking about. I think it was in Canada. They were seeing the orange balls.
Yeah.
I actually did a job for an old guy a couple of years back.
And he had orange balls?
No. But he was an ex-Lockheed employee.
Okay.
Oh,
Big
yes, I remember this story.
Yeah. And, dude, I mean, the guy was easy in his 80s, older than Shatner. And, he's talking to his granddaughter, like, oh, this and that when I worked at Lockheed and blah, blah. And he worked in the skunk works. So I'm like, oh, at this time, between this time and this time, it was like the late 50s and 60s. And I'm like, they ever send you out to Groom Lake? And he's like, no, I never got to go out there. Those guys were always it's like you saw them, they went out there and you never saw them again. They kept them. You didn't see them anymore. But he did mention the orange Boeing balls, he called them.
The Boeing balls. What the hell?
Yeah, he said that they were orange balls about 4 foot diameter. And he's like, yeah, it's like they can move any direction instantly, and apparently had seen him at some point.
Called a drone.
Not bad.
It's called an orange Mylar balloon. Actually, it could be anything, right?
Well,
yeah,
he said that he'd seen them sitting in a hangar.
Wow. Oh, with it glowing?
he says when they're operational that they glow.
Wow.
But other than that, they just kind of like.
What the hell is that about?
Yeah.
Oh, that's technology, right?
They just kind of float there. But he said, he'd seen them, and it's like I got this guy's unit open. They started going through some boxes. He had shit that, like documents and old photographs of planes and all kinds of shit from that era. So,
been there, done that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Can we get a deathbed confession?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
That's usually when it happens, right?
Yeah. That's why I figured, like, all right, the old guy's, he ain't got nothing now, so,
So you said the 50s and the 60s, that's when he was there?
Yeah, late 50s and 60s.
That's still
wow.
Was it you playing YouTube? What is it now, YouTube?
That predates YouTube.
Not YouTube. I'm thinking about the spike that you guys shot down.
The YouTube.
Yeah, that was the YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the YouTube.
He actually did mention that he had worked on the A12 and which was the prototype for the SR-71.
Yes, but that's the 71 didn't come out to what, 70s? 80s? 80s? Late 80s?
No, actually they were flying it early 70s. I actually used to work with a locksmith that he was in Nam in the Navy, and he was on one of the islands, and he said, once or twice a week, the SR-71 would land on his island, refuel, and then take off.
Wow.
So it was just, to them, it was just like, oh yeah, there goes that top secret airplane that doesn't exist again. But
that's why you're on the island.
Yeah, so it was like, it's when they were doing test flights from Area 51, they'd zoom across, check it out, refill, go back.
Back then they didn't have good radar, so they could do it.
Well, yeah, that thing, the whole point of that thing was to avoiding the radar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that, and then I did a job for another customer, said that he was in the Coast Guard in the Bermuda Triangle. And
holy shit.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's got to be a scary job.
And he says that they're out there one night and they see this thing, these lights under the water, comes up. And he says this thing comes out of the water, and he described, because here in San Diego we had the Jack Murphy, and then there was Qualcomm Stadium. He's like, the thing could pretty much fit the inside bowl of Qualcomm Stadium.
Wow.
Yeah, he came up, hovered right next to the ship, and he said he saw beings walking around inside. He said you couldn't see faces, but you could see silhouettes, walking past windows and shit.
This is one of those classic UFOs.
Yeah, and this was like mid to late 70s. I think he said 76 or 78.
Wait a second. So besides that, you said you had some dirty jokes. So you might as well finish up your segment here.
Green Man, tell him my joke. I wrote a joke. Green Man, tell him.
I don't want to steal your thunder with that chicken joke.
Oh, okay. I'll
oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. We have a hand up. So hold on to that dirty joke.
Hi, first-time caller, long-time listener. I had a question on the whole UFO. You can see people in the window, UFO. Okay, if you're traveling dimensionals or you're traveling through space, how the hell do you put up a window in your UFO and not break anything?
You guys see where you're driving?
In these crazy speeds that you're going.
Well,
that just, when you said that you can see people, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Like, okay, I have a Hurricane 5, Category 5 window in my house, but maybe a 2x4 won't go through it, but other things faster will. Okay, how do I make that on a UFO? These are kind of the questions that I get in my head.
Well,
I see that. It's probably the headset.
Yeah, it's pinching you too hard. Well, think of it this way, Dre. If the ship if the metal in the ship that they're flying, this metamaterial, this stuff that we cannot make on this planet, why would they be using glass from this planet?
Right.
Why not, some kind of
water? Maybe it's water.
Just like
Crystal?
find some like transparent aluminum or something. Like they came up with in Star Trek. I know it's just a movie, but there's ways of combining elements elsewhere that we don't have here.
Science fiction becoming
make
fiction.
a transparent material
Non-fiction.
that would be able to handle it. Also, and the whole thing is, a lot of it is believed that it's all gravity drive. Well, if you're doing that, then you're kind of making a self-sustained gravitational bubble, which is, you're safe inside that bubble. All the force is not going. It's not, you're traveling inside a gravitational bubble and not having to deal with atmospheric or.
They call it inertia dampeners.
Yeah.
So I can use plexiglass to cut corners. Okay, I got you.
There you go. Well, sometimes they could actually have like actual doors that close down over the glass to protect it when they're doing their interdimensional hopping.
We had brought up Star Trek, and Star Trek 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it was, the one with the whales. There's future technologies out there, and there's future things that we have to understand that we don't understand. So we stop being scared of it and start learning it more. Scientists know about a lot of these, materials that we can put together, but it just takes a lot of people to do it. And right now we can't get all that, but who knows? Maybe they did. And as far as UFOs and what they look like and how old they are, you got to also realize that we've documented on film and on pictures and that they come in many different sizes, shapes, and phenomena. To be honest,
we're talking about the same thing now.
Yeah, we're talking about your UFO.
It's giving you a dissertation
about material. Material is subject to the mind, really. You can make anything if you can think of it, and then also muster up the inertia to get enough people behind it to perform it. So, it's not Einstein theory, but it's just stuff that we all come along.
Eventually we'll get there, basically.
Eventually, I don't know if I'll be here, but I hope.
Probably not. I'm betting on you're not. Well, I think none of us will be.
I think a lot of us who are a little bit younger than I am, they're actually on board with that, and they try to do what they can.
Wait, who's on board with that?
The youngsters, Elon Musk and such.
He's not that young.
Well, he's younger than I am, so we'll give him that.
Did you ever see the pictures of when he went to Russia to try to sell SpaceX?
No, I didn't see those.
He had like no hair.
Talking about his space.
No, he's got a toupee or some shit going on. I don't know what it is, but at his young age, he was missing a lot of hair.
He did it right. He got his money and he fixed it, and I'm super proud of that.
Probably. Hold on a second. We got something here from Who Took My Mojo?
Austin Powers. No, it was Gold Member. Gold Member took his mojo.
Okay, so listen. Here's the thing. Who took my mojo? Thank you for sharing that, by the way. I am so fucking pissed about this whole Catalina Island bullshit. Let me just bring it out. Why the fuck can't somebody just go down there and figure that shit out? Really? The island doesn't move. It's always there.
It's an underground tunnel that leads to Tampico.
Hey, listen, I'm not downplaying what Who Took My Mojo said, but still, for fuck's sake, get some internet cameras out there and watch the bitch and figure out where the hell the UFOs are.
There?
I would assume so. Only Gamevit knows. I'm not Gamevit. Sorry, Gamevit. You're on the wrong side of the country. I'm talking about Green Man. He knows.
Well, I know that they see a lot out there.
My daughter was out there about 3-4 years ago.
And she made it back.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's a problem.
Just take your yacht out there and check it out for us.
What I used to find trippy was there were sometimes you could see it from the shore where I used to be in Huntington, and then sometimes you couldn't see it. So it would like disappear and reappear, the whole island. From a long way away.
Sounds like my bank.
And I'm sure it had to do with tide, but I always thought
swamp gas in the
swamp gas.
It's a lot of whales. They're farting in the ocean around Catalina. And
Real clear, by the way.
So who took
blue algae?
Yeah, Who Took My Mojo said that it's a location, it's a hotspot. Yeah, all these UFO places, all these UFO documentary channels, all that shit, they all talk about Catalina. But why don't your asses take some of that money, set up something, a buoy with a camera, a buoy with sonar, leave the bitch there, and actually show us. And show us.
Send a drone dolphin.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, it's a hotspot, definitely. But for fuck's sake, it's not like on the planet Mars. The shit is right here off of the coast of California. Figure that shit out.
Good fishing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Can I put my 2 cents in?
Sorry. Hey, Gave It.
He can't pick up his hand.
We forgot all about you. Hold on a second. Let's get Gave It in there. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So the thing is with the UFOs on the islands, I tend to think that those are ours. Just because where they are, where the location is, and how our military is over there to begin with.
I can get on board with that.
Like the stuff I see, I'm out in, I'm in Minnesota. I don't see, or I see, UFOs out here, but I don't think those are ours. You know what I mean? There's no big major military thing going on over here, anything like that. I think they might be some sort of military test vehicles or something. That's my thought.
You know what?
That's a great
it's probably the Navy, right? Because it's out by the ocean. They can test their little submarines and things. I say Navy.
Submarines that go under the ocean and then out of the ocean and then into the atmosphere. Yeah, those little tricks.
It's more unexplained to have that stuff out here, where we don't have anything like that. That leads it to be more unexplained than anything. It's like, why would this stuff be here? But I can, for me living here, I can picture, well, of course, you see a lot of stuff out on the coast and stuff like that because that's where our military is. It only makes sense. And then plus with the 3 videos and all that stuff, all that hogwash and whatever you want to call it, the footage is blurry for a reason. They're showing you stuff that they don't want to show you what it really is because they know what it is, and it's probably our stuff.
Yeah, and you got to put in like your quarter to get the real picture.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Just want us to put it into a video game.
All right, so you had a question there.
Okay. So Google Maps, when they take the pictures of the ocean, and isn't that like they say that there's supposed to be a base like near that area?
Right.
They show the contours, and then I kind of I came with this idea of, okay, it's our stuff. Why don't I fly it over places that don't really report stuff? I guess don't. If I'm a rancher, you think I'm gonna go tell my fellow rancher, hey, I saw something? Then they're gonna think you're crazy, right? Or the rural areas, you start saying stuff, and then everybody thinks you're crazy. So why say anything? So why wouldn't I fly stuff over people like that?
Joe's right. Why would we have these inventions that are so amazing and then we don't believe what they see? Right? I mean, we're pumping millions of dollars. Even the government is pumping millions of dollars in these inventions. And then when we see something, all of a sudden it's not real.
Yeah.
Well, let's just take, for example, when they saw the Tic Tacs and they said they saw them for weeks, and then all of a sudden Fravor came along and, I caught one on video. Well, they just happened to have no armament whatsoever. Yeah, they had no missiles on the aircraft, no nothing. They were on a training mission, and it's like, okay, so you're on a training mission, you see that stuff.
I see.
Now let's just pretend that those were real UFOs, right? They were real. Okay. Then let's say that they were armed with missiles and all sorts of stuff. Now, would we be considered a threat to them if we just all of a sudden come up on them like that and do all that stuff?
Yeah, we did that in the
start
50s,
chasing them down.
We shot down UFO. We've been shooting down UFOs since they've been in our vision. That's the way the military is.
Yeah,
so
like back in
that's
Vietnam,
fully expected. It has to be. They couldn't be an intelligent species if they didn't realize that we're stupid and we will shoot them.
Right. But there's got to be a reason why they weren't armed. You know what I mean?
In my opinion, any alien intelligence who wants to get with a human being is playing roulette or gambling that they can get through. because it's got to be widespread known that we're, a desperate species and we act accordingly.
There's good pictures right there.
Can I tell you something, guys, that I've been kind of working on, and I think I figured something out here. I don't know if I'm...
Game vet turn. Game vet story.
Okay, now check this out. Okay, now you remember my video that I had? I called it Astro Train, right? It turned pink in the video. And I was trying to figure out why everybody else's video isn't pink, but mine is.
Because you got a lady UFO?
Yeah, well, I think I figured it out. Okay, I think what it is I'm using a Cyanix camera, and nobody else used a Cyanix camera recording this thing. Until I thought of, well, hey, wait a minute. Maybe this thing is producing an IR light, because the camera I use is very sensitive to IR lights. Okay? Today, a video got posted. Somebody posted orb. They said it was a what do you call it? Like a bright white light, but he was using a Cyanix cam, and guess what color it turned out to be in the footage? It was that same color, pink.
Huh. I'll be damned.
So I think I might be onto something, guys.
I'll be damned.
So why would a bright light or a bright white light be projecting an IR light outside of the craft?
Different style of light.
Maybe that's a cloaking device you cut.
Yeah.
The reflection.
Is that the auto train? Is that the one you're talking about?
The Astro Train.
The Astro Train.
Astro Train.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can pull it up. It reminds me of Transformers.
This new video that I just found today, the guy caught an orb. It's much smaller than whatever I captured, but it was the same color through the camera.
It's trending number 5 on YouTube.
Really? Number 5?
Well, it's the 5th one I found when I typed in.
Oh, my bad.
Wait, I'm seeing robots. Hold on. Oh, I'm seeing robots do bad things. Don't look up Astro Train, kids. Never mind. YouTube's no good. Never mind.
You typed the wrong word in.
So I don't know.
Share the link, Gabe. Share the link.
I don't know if you want to look at that.
Don't share that link.
Yeah, Astro Train doesn't have 2 S's in it.
Oh.
Oh man, there you go.
That was the joke. Why'd the chicken cross the road? To get to the top.
The Astro Train?
It was a slut.
Oh,
wow.
The cock-a-doodle-doo. You always got to go for that. Okay. Anyways, I read it wrong. My own joke.
So this is GameVit's video right here.
Oh, you got it?
is this
Yeah,
you have
it's
to
definitely
skip ahead to
pinkish.
like
It's definitely pinkish orange.
10:38 or something like that? It's all the way at the back of the video. But the orb video is on third phase. They played it last night.
Oh.
And it's the second video in. I don't know if Norm, you want to look it up or whatever.
Sorry.
So there you go.
I like that.
And that's pink?
So now with this turning pink, okay, this thing, it had a fog around itself. Like it was producing its own cloud around
its own gas.
craft.
We all do that.
Right. But now with the Cyanix camera, it turned it pink. So what if that light is actually bright white? So what I'm thinking is there's some sort of infrared light in with the white light to turn it pink with the smoke. Does that make sense?
It's a reaction. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, it
my
makes
question
perfect
is now, with the naked eye, what color was that?
That was bright white, like a LED white light.
Okay, that's interesting.
So you still saw the light with the naked eye.
I see the light.
Wait, David, so do you ever feel like when you see all these UFOs that one of them is going to eventually notice you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And do you want it?
I think they know that I'm here. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I feel like they're going by to say hi and then they dart away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
David, sometimes, David, I think that you're near a damn base, and like that looks like a transport ship to me, and they're just moving
that's
stuff.
exactly. It looked like the C-130 airplane that's it carries all the military.
Flies over my house almost every day.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So this thing was basically equivalent to one of those, only it was flat. It was a flat structure. The light was a rectangle light it had a top structure to it that looked like a freight train, but it looked like a cargo vessel or cargo ship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is the same astro train that was even reported Canada, South America too, wasn't it?
Yeah, Canada, North Carolina, all over the place.
Yeah, and I actually think on, I want to say on Instagram, there was a UFO channel from South America that also had similar images.
Yeah, and then you sent me the link to a SETI ranch, and they captured this thing 9 days later.
Mm-hmm. So could this be? So my only thing with this is, with it being caught all over the world, is this something that could be secret space military technology that's still sticking around, doing its rounds in orbit?
As flat as I got a real good look at it. As flat as that thing is, I highly doubt that's ours. I mean, it was basically like a freight train flying.
Was it just pure light then? There was, when you were watching it, just pure light. There was no shape, no portholes, no alien beings having a party.
In the video you only see a quarter of what it is. So what I saw when it was far away, I saw a rectangle white light that had tiny little black squares in it running down the side. And then as it got right in front of me, I could see through the fog it was emitting. The top structure had like a glow to the top, and I could see the fog being pumped out of the top of it in the front. And I could actually see the top structure above the light. So basically in the footage here, you just see the light. You don't see any,
all the good stuff.
See the rest of it.
Right. So you're saying it was like one of those UFOs that like poops gas?
It doesn't poop it.
Those are interesting UFOs too, by the way.
Those ones that poop gas.
Yeah.
I've got my own UFO right here. He's asleep right now.
Bugs is your DJ. He's not your UFO.
But the fog or smoke or whatever you want to call it, it was like it looked like a bunch of pressure washer nozzles that was spraying out, how the water looks, how it looks being sprayed out. That's exactly what it looked like.
Maybe it was changing the weather. Maybe it is ours.
Well, here's something fascinating. Did you guys see the Inspiration 4 when it took off, and the first stage came off, and then they were using those high pressure jets or whatever to move it around? It really looks something like what Gamevid is describing right now. It's
in the
weird.
Distance, something jetting out, like
it
like jetted out left to right. Instead of down or around or like blasting like a piece of metal.
Well, basically just to keep it on course. Those high, and it looked weird. It looked like it's weird. I gotta see if I can pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Out of the missile itself.
Yeah, out of the actual craft.
Yeah, and that's what this thing was doing too. I could literally see it being sprayed out of the craft, like all the way down the top of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the way down the front of it, and then down the sides of it. I could see it actually being sprayed out of the thing. It's just, I've never seen anything like it before. But then as I keep doing research, as I keep doing research on it, more and more people have been seeing this thing. And somebody else uploaded a video today that actually you can see the cloud that I saw. I gotta post that on Discord because you guys gotta see it. It's unbelievable. But this thing's still being recorded to this day, and it's mind blowing. I laugh at the people that say, "Oh, that was Starlink." No, it really wasn't Starlink. If anybody saw this in person, they'd say the same thing I say, is like, what is this thing? I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube and I'm looking at the one I was talking about was the Chilean Navy release. where that UFO emits all that gas.
That's the helicopter.
And I'm seeing a lot.
Yeah. I think dang it. I don't know if I can get I'm on my phone. I don't know if I can look it up, but I think it was on Only Real UFOs on YouTube.
Kids, don't type in UFOs gassing. Ugh.
But if you go to Norm, if you go to that,
what is wrong with your search? What the hell?
I don't know. What are you searching?
I think I need a different
ashtrays, and then things went wrong. I don't know.
Norm, you're searching. You're not searching on you. You're not searching on YouTube. That's Pornhub, dude.
Well, yeah, he's not clearing his history. That's what it's called.
Oh, you're right. It's not YouTube. It's YouLube. What?
Yeah, see,
he's not clearing his history.
Yep.
Okay, guys, have you heard of okay, so the ISS is up there. Have you ever heard of how they get like experiments up there to them, or they refuel them, or they get them stuff that they want?
Yeah.
I've heard several astronauts that were on the ISS for a while saying that they have these launches that they send up to the ISS and they make them do like experiments. And the vehicles, the rockets that get to them are robots. The robot ships that get up there, dock with the ISS. They go and get all the stuff off. They take it off, and it goes back down. Now,
like they run 100% by AI.
Yeah, they're not
artificial intelligence.
Yes, they're all robot ships that go resupply them. And I think one of the astronauts was on a YouTube, and he was talking about, okay, this is what I do, and when I'm in space, I do this. And he kind of slipped, and he said, when the ships come up, we get their stuff, and we do experiments, like we do how plants grow in space, how certain things. And he says that like you can only have certain comfort foods, and for him it was like a cookie that he wanted, and they'd always bring him that one cookie. But I don't know, because I really haven't heard other people talk about it, how they get stuff to the ISS and stuff. But if that's the case, now I'm always thinking like when you're out there and we're sending stuff up, and these are secret launches that we don't know about. I mean, half the time we don't even know when a Nextel or Sprint sends up a satellite. We don't even know that.
They're all documented, but it's not like on the front of news. It's always documented mostly, but you're right.
The Crew Dragon, that's why they shoot up the Crew Dragon all the time on top of the Falcon 9, because it's kind of a drone, basically a space drone, and they fill it up with stuff for the ISS, shoot it up, it docks by itself with the ISS, and comes back down again.
So why wouldn't, like what he's seeing, okay, you've been to a space launch, right, Manny? You've seen how far away are you when you see that launch?
No, well, the only ones that I've seen is the ones from the space shuttle, and that was on the other side of the state.
Yeah. Holy shit. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious then, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty obvious. But then, if you're doing it at nighttime in VFE, you might, and again, I want to play with the premise of, okay, if the rancher sees it, he's not going to say anything because he doesn't want it to seem like he's crazy. So let's launch it around his area where there's not a lot of natural light, and a lot of people are going to be, not a highly populated areas, and still do our same job that we want to do. All the stuff we're seeing is all our technology.
So, David, do you see this here where they show the inspiration for the Crew Dragon, how it shoots these jets out? These are maneuvering jets.
Yeah, but it's more of a plume that's way larger. See how it looks like it's like a flower, like it's blooming.
Yeah, actually,
you're talking about the jellyfish.
No, yeah. No. He's talking about the illumination that you see at night when it sort of blossoms and it turns into a circle.
Yeah. They call it a jellyfish.
I actually videotaped a launch from California once, and I'm sitting on my curb here in Nevada, and I see this light off to my west, and I look over and I start filming it with my camera. I actually started filming and I didn't stop until it was done. So the whole thing flew over probably towards the east south, and then all of a sudden it blossomed into this colorful ring, and I actually videoed the whole thing, and I was like stunned by it because, well, I was already kind of preempted by the first video of that, which happened like in the 90s sometime, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is a UFO." And when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh my God, that looks like a UFO." Until, you know, rocket scientists said, "Well, no, that's the gases, the new gases we're using for rockets these days." I mean, rocket science has changed. I mean, it's changed its fueling, it's changed its chemistry, it's changed from, you know, I mean, we fly more Teslas in outer space than we can actually drive out here without hurting somebody.
Yeah, so people that actually see that and are involved with rocket launches, they call it the jellyfish effect because of the way it looks. Actually, the Inspiration 4 actually had a jellyfish effect because it happened at night.
And you got it right here.
They might show it in here on this particular video. These guys were following the whole thing, which are pretty cool. But those jets that I was talking about were the ones that, like, I kind of...
What stage? What stage of the... Was it the first, second, or third stage?
It happens... Well, no, the shooting, it happens after the first stage is going.
Okay, so second stage. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
This is the Inspiration 4.
I posted a video on Discord, Manny, about that fog I was talking about that surrounded that craft.
That looks very familiar right there. Doesn't that look familiar?
That's what I'm talking about. That's a gas, man. I watched the whole thing. I didn't see it. It's crazy.
It looks like Game Vet's video, but just put it at a different angle.
This is a little different, in a way.
Well, I mean, because we're right up close to it. Very far away.
I think I see what you're saying with how it looks like it's the same technology, sort of. But theirs is way still more advanced. Whatever is doing Game Vet's thing.
Yeah, whatever I recorded, it was going under 30 miles an hour.
Yeah,
it looks pretty stationary.
And if it was, it would have to be the size of a planet if it was like in the outer space to look that large on Game Vet's video. See, there you see, that's fire. That's us. All we do is fire. God.
Yeah, there was no fire when I recorded. There was no fire whatsoever.
Okay.
It was just the light, and that was it. And then, you know,
it looked like a flying lightsaber.
But nonetheless, they still have changed all the technology that they use in these rockets now. That's why you're seeing that flame right there, that blue color.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's a different chemical.
Mm-hmm.
They use a completely different. They use a completely different field than what NASA did back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah. See, even if I recorded that rocket with my camera, it wouldn't turn it pink either.
That's true too.
I wonder if that's correctable on your phone, though.
NASA, if you're listening, we're sorry.
You see those jets? That's freaking nuts.
So
now imagine if you had something like an Astro train who uses those trains to stay in orbit. You see that?
Yeah. They're mini plumes. Well, it could be popping.
Yeah, those are like maneuvering jets.
Yeah. But the ones that shoot like from left to right over. Did you guys see that video too?
Isn't that correcting the course?
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
Nah.
But even on Game Vet's Astro train, it probably uses that plume that he sees on the bottom.
Yeah, but it remains.
Keep it on course.
This one it dissipates really quick. Yeah, I mean it's gone in a flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are
the ones that Dre was talking about. You know, they last for like a good 60 seconds at least.
All right, let's put up Game Vet's video he sent. Un momento por favor.
Yeah, I lost my audio. That's why I had to disappear for a little bit. I got one other video that actually you can see the white light, and then you can also see the black squares, but I didn't send it. I don't know if you want to play that. That's what I actually saw. The guy that recorded that one, it was real close, and he didn't use an IR camera, so you can actually see the white light.
I have a friend.
Hey, Norm.
What?
Are you confused?
I'm
Norm,
saving moths from my light, apparently.
Is that your hand, Norm?
Yeah, but look, there's a moth on it.
Norm.
Oh, I didn't see the moth. I thought you were talking about your hand.
Protein.
Norm.
Eat it.
Norm,
Yeah, let's do it. Eat
No.
it. Eat it. Eat
Nope.
it.
That's what booze is for.
Okay, so this cloud right here, that's basically, before I could see through it, it was multicolored like that.
This is your video.
No, this is not my video.
This is the one he posted on Discord.
This is one of them I found today.
Wait, wow.
It's the angels, man.
But Astro Train was surrounded by a cloud that looked like that. It was multicolored. The white light was towards the bottom, not up on the top. It was towards the bottom. And then this basically the same color cloud was surrounding the whole craft. So if you take this cloud, like if you pause it right here, Manny. So
you're asking for too much.
Yeah.
And that thing's
okay.
moving.
So if you take this cloud and where that black line is, let's see where the black line is towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's say that's where the rectangle light was on the bottom, and that's what I recorded. But you can see the fog going up and over and around. That's where the top half of that the object was. That's
so
why
in this video here, what the heck is this in the middle?
I think this is the same thing I recorded, honestly. Because it's the same damn color as what I saw with my own eyes.
Like this black dot here?
Where do you see? I'm seeing it on the phone.
I see it right in the middle. Barely. It's really small.
Yeah, what is that?
That's why I'm looking at it on the computer. If I can find it.
So,
it's an
I know my video only shows like the light and that's it, and you don't even see the correct color. This video, it actually shows the fog, what I could see that you don't see in the camera. And if you with this video, you can see that it's kind of blocky looking. That's exactly how that ship looked. It looked like a big, freight train. That's basically it in a nutshell. And then if I pull up this other video, you'll be able to see the white light with the black squares in it. So if you combine this with the other video, that's exactly what I saw.
So somebody was just driving and they took a video of a cloud.
That's basically what it looks like. But what I saw when that Astro Train flew past me, that's exactly what I saw. I saw that same type cloud type thing. And that's what it was spraying out around itself, is a cloud like that.
So you think if that cloud, it should be going to the left-hand side, and the tail would be to the right.
And I don't know what this video, I don't know, it's different. It looks like it's going the opposite way. Like my video was coming towards me. It looks like this one's going away from the driver.
You got to forgive him because he's had like his 5th beer right now.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm looking at the screen. Is it going to the left?
Yeah,
going to the right?
+1 is obviously off the hook.
Yeah,
I see the ripples. I mean, yeah.
But it looks like the driver is following that black dot. That's what he's doing.
There's something being ejected out of the main cloud. If you look, there's it looks like a tiny little round orb that's exiting out the back of the cloud, right?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, with the video today, with the other video, we had a guy record an orb that was bright white, and then it turned pink in the thing. So my thought is this, whatever I captured, is some sort of cargo ship, and it's in this video it's dispersing little orbs, right?
So it's like little drone ships.
Yeah.
Did we just lose somebody? Oh yeah.
And you notice, like after the orb left, the whole thing stopped moving. It's just sitting there in space now.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Hmm.
So, in order to see this really good, you guys get a psionics camera because it'll turn the thing pink, and whatever this thing is ejecting, it turns those pink.
So this isn't the sun behind some cloud that's filled with moisture.
I don't think so. I mean, like I say, it has that distinct shape where it's just flat on the back.
I don't know. It's hard to tell with the tree shade.
I don't know. It is super close to what I saw, guys, and that's all I can say about that. I mean,
that video reminds me of Flash Gordon. That's all I'm saying.
Flash.
It's different than any. It's different. This one, at least, is totally. I mean, you can say it's water vapors or whatever you want, but it's definitely different than what one of the rockets leaves behind when it uses its oxygen blast off material, whatever rocket science shit.
What if it's one of those space
But
jelly?
that little black thing right there,
that's weird.
Yeah, this person's determined to follow that thing.
Yeah, he is. I would be too, I guess, if I saw it.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd ever see it.
This guy that recorded it, he said he's never saw that before. He also, if you played the audio to it, he also says there's something in the cloud. And you can actually see it in this.
There's like 3 of them or 4 of them in there, right?
You can see something that looks rectangle in there. You see that?
So he's doing like the negative, like
yeah.
Density. If you listen to the audio of this video, he says there's a fog, and you can see something through the fog, and that's exactly what I said. That was like a wow moment. That was like an aha moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Well, I mean, after your aha
put it on
moment,
YouTube.
Well, hey.
Again, that looks
some of us
like an Imperial Star Trooper. I mean,
how do you go on? I mean, what do you do with that information? You know?
Well, now we know if anybody's trying to figure out what this is, because this craft has been going around since May, right? And if anybody wants to look for this particular one, we found a flaw.
Oh.
So did that dot come out of the cloud, or did it pass through the cloud?
Yeah, according to the driver in this video, he says the dot came out of the ship.
It came out of that cloud.
Yeah, he said it came right out of the cloud.
Rewind just a little bit now, please.
That's asking a lot.
Yeah, it is. I'm not that technically savvy with this. So there's the big cloud with nothing on it.
Woot woot.
It's not. Yeah, it's nothing
there
on
it.
It's what's in. It's
what's
in.
It does. It kind of passes. It doesn't come out of it. It looks like it comes out from the very corner, and then you can see it there. If you go far enough back, it looks like it comes
right there. Yeah.
So it didn't come out of it; it passed through it.
It passed in front of it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it came from a little bit. Yeah, lower left, right there.
Oh no.
Okay.
Crazy video, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, still, even that object right there, it doesn't look like any conventional object I've ever seen flying around. You know, people to Jamaica and England.
Doesn't have any or anything.
But the whole point of this video is what he says, and he says it exactly how I said it. He said this thing, there's something inside of the fog.
Well.
And yeah, I mean, the story is just like mine, honestly.
That's a fantastic find then, because I mean we've heard those stories before, like sitting clouds that look like they have something in them. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure those.
So I mean, I don't know how many times I got made fun of or whatever. People are like, "Oh, UFOs don't sit in the clouds." No, they don't sit in the clouds. They create their own.
Well.
That's the difference. And
my point would be that if we were, planting seeds of, temperature change or, disease or whatever you want to call it. Those planes that used to let out the gas, if we've turned it into drones, I mean, you could probably hide it inside of its own cloud, try to be, 007 about it.
Yeah.
So where was that filmed at?
Eh? Oh, this one?
Where was it filmed?
I think Utah.
Dayton, Utah. Okay.
Ooh, another place where there's a lot of people. I'm just saying, what's the common denominator there?
Well,
that's where Skinwalker Ranch is at. So there you go.
There you go.
I haven't heard anything about.
Actually, this was in Louisiana.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Calhoun, Louisiana, 6/24/2019, 7 p.m.
Shoot. Now that I look at that pause, that it looks like there's a little bit of a canopy on it, on the front, as it's moving past.
Well, Norm obviously has a bigger screen than I do.
Well, I'm actually on delay too, because I'm watching it on the computer over here and talking to you guys over here on the phone.
That's just crazy. Well, David, thanks for the madness, because now we're all confused. But Who Took My Mojo is going to go do some sky watching right now.
Yeah, so if you guys want any more madness to this mystery, I have one more video I can send you, Manny.
Yeah, you'll just have to keep the conversation going. So stick it on in there, and then
on your computer, type in a hot dog. See what shows up.
All right. Give me 1 second.
A glowing hot dog. An over microwave hot dog. That's really what it does look like. An over microwave hot dog.
I want to see what your search history says.
But they always say that shape is actually perfect for space travel.
But the hot dog shape?
Yeah, the hot dog shape. The cylinder, whatever you want to call it.
That's not what Lazar said. Lazar said.
That's what she said. Hey, so let's go back to, for a second, let's go back to Green Man, because you had jokes.
Oh, well, I'm trying to think of one that, let's see. Okay. So Superman is flying over the coast, right? He looks down and he sees Wonder Woman out on the beach, tanning naked. It's like, all right, it's my chance. Flies down real quick. Gone. Right? Wonder Woman stops. What the hell was that? Invisible Man says, I don't know, but my ass hurts.
Oh. Is that what they call a soft landing?
I don't think so.
I don't know. That joke kind of sounds painful.
That's a good joke.
One thing I am curious about is, can you go back to Dre?
Dre? Yeah. Hold on a second.
Yeah, Dre.
What am I doing?
What's with that S&M rack hanging from your ceiling?
Right?
The whips?
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah, right over your shoulder. Yeah, that. What's with that S&M rack? You already got
this
lashes
one.
tied
Wait,
to it. Looks like you're ready to go.
That
Yep,
one.
that's it. Yep.
That's a stretching band.
Sure it is.
What in the world do you have to stretch with that?
Sure.
Yeah, but why is it that the one at the end is braided? That doesn't look like
that's our Spartan climbing rope. That's where you got to practice your grip. So you get at the very top, and then you just slowly walk the rope all the way down to your laying parallel to the ground, and then you pull yourself back up.
Did you win a championship yet with that?
These are training techniques. Grip.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yeah, sure they are. Thanks for sharing.
Well, I'll say Dre probably suffers the least of us in backaches. So let's be honest.
Not with all that beer.
Stretching.
Had a long day today.
All right. So here's where's Gamefit? Where did he go? Did we lose him?
I don't know. I think he's hooking up that link.
I think it's my turn.
Yeah, here's
Isn't
the
it
link.
my turn?
Yeah, after the link. After we're done with Gamefit, because
He's got a link. Oh yeah, he's up late.
Yeah, he's got the
I got
video
a huge
stuff.
Sammy Hagar story that just broke.
I don't know. I guess he
I
left.
can't believe Sammy Hagar had never said that before.
What, that he broke?
No, Sammy Hagar broke a story.
Oh, okay. All right, let's just play it because he's not here. We got to keep the show moving. Here we go. This is from UFO AR.
What does AR mean?
Oh.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm here.
Minatopa.
Hey, that one's no joke. You're right. It wasn't going very fast. The clouds were moving faster.
Oh.
That's it? That's the whole fucking video? Oh.
That's it.
So this one's a little different than yours because there's brakes in this train here.
No, this is exactly like mine.
Wait, hold on a second.
Those are those
Yeah,
20 square.
There's windows
yeah.
again.
But I don't know. That could be the camera, Manny.
No, the tiny little squares in there. That's exactly what I saw too. They look like little windows.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So he's
crazy
using
right
every
there.
filter he can find.
Yeah, but there's one frame towards the end. You can almost make out the outline of the top structure on it. It's just after it passes this building.
Well, he put his damn logo on it. What the fuck?
No shit.
Yeah.
He got cut off.
That's it.
CIA cut him off.
Son of a
logo.
bitch.
Well,
That thing looks
That'd go.
ominous.
I mean, you gotta.
Yeah, right
lot
there
to
you can
chomp
see
on.
this. You can tell it's rectangle, right?
Yeah.
That's hard. I can't. It looks like a big.
So when does this video happen? When was yours?
Mine was the 16th of May. I don't know when that one is, so I forget.
Actually, it's May 17th is when he published it.
Okay, so it might have been the 15th or 16th then.
Yeah, he didn't put a date on this. But still, 2021, around May, I assume.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's when they started popping up. They started popping up the 15th. And
to
then,
be honest, I mean, structure aside, if you see any structure in there or not,
Structure matters.
whether or not there's camera distortion, if you see a long light like that, kind of flashing, well, not flashing, it's kind of cruising over the sky, it's gonna, make you wonder for sure.
So where was that? Where was that video from?
Same area or what?
UFO AR.
Canada.
Oh, this is one of the Canada sightings.
Oh,
This
okay.
is Winnipeg.
Yeah, this is one of 2 Canada sightings, and then the one Canada sighting was the same day and the same time as mine.
Man, that's weird how the cloud goes right over where you want to look.
Yeah, fucking clouds. Come on.
But it's also noted that there's a star behind it. Yeah.
So the question is, what is that guy, Rakowski, did he get this info from the government? Chris Rakowski, the guy that gets all the UFO sightings in Canada.
Oh yeah.
So I wonder if he had some more info on this.
I don't understand why did he continue videoing until it disappeared? Why does it only show us a little bit?
Because they got tired. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. They're sleeping.
Yeah.
Too many Molson Ices.
Well, see, that's the thing about Wiskowski. I mean, even if he does share something, I mean, if he sells something, I mean, are we gonna buy it?
I guess Canadians will. How else would they get the info?
Well, somebody's got to. It doesn't have to be Canada. I mean, look, we can look at the Black Vault. The Black Vault guy, or even who before mentioned by GameBet, anybody would pay for some really good footage. But are we going to buy it? Are we gonna look at it and go, okay, well, that changes everything?
The footage should be free. By the way, Who Took My Mojo said, do you guys do this every Saturday? I'm trying to get this constantly on Saturdays, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how it works out, because technology is a mother effer. Anyway.
Yeah.
I like this because now he doesn't have to do a lot of homework. And then
I let you guys do the damn homework. How
Maybe
about
we
that?
swap it up. We go from UFOs to ghosts to Bigfoot to.
Don't say Bigfoot because you know it drives Brave a little crazy.
So
I'm
Loves
gonna
the
find
Bigfoot.
this for us.
A Bigfoot lives
I'm gonna
matter.
find this one.
It's one of Dre's bigger words.
Yeah.
I bet you Dre will find one before we do.
I told Davina today. I was like, okay,
He's got military background.
we're gonna do the show, but I want my own intro music, so I need your phone so I can play music like Manny plays music. Then I'll do my story.
I can do one for you.
Green Man's
He
a
was like,
musician.
no.
Ask him.
I would do one for you.
Next time I'll try and hook something
Next
up so I
time.
can.
It's going to have so many fucking eyelashes on it. Okay. So, all right, Norm, so you have a story for us. What's
do.
going down?
This is Sammy Hagar recently. In fact, I think, let me get to it.
Did you
It's off of Mystery Wire, which is
Mm-hmm.
George Knapp's little side project. This is 15 hours ago. It was logged. Sammy Hagar, Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar talked about his alien abduction. Now I can't.
What do you looking for?
I'm out in the backyard and I'm hearing people screaming for bloody murder, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm safe.
Hey, grab your camera and run over to the action.
Be like Dave. Hurry, go. Go.
So okay, here's the action. I can't share the video, but I can play it and turn my camera, and you can watch it and listen. It's interesting. I think he'd be a great guest, to be honest.
Was
feel like
this?
I'm there.
I think I've
This
got
is kind
him.
of a delay, so I'm sorry for this, but here we go.
Hey Manny,
Yeah.
DJ sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
Leave him alone because he's got
Hold on a
people.
second here. I gotta
angry people
turn the
around
volume
him.
back on.
Can you expand on that story?
Here we go. Wait, let me restart this real quick. There we go.
So the story that came out, I think it was actually in your book, talking about being abducted by aliens. Is that true? And can you expand on that story for us?
Is it true? Yes, it is true. You don't go around saying stuff like that. People call you nut. I've been, everybody that's ever asked me about that expects me to try to backpedal. 100% happened. 4 o'clock in the morning, pitch black, dead sleep. I felt like I was being programmed. I like someone was tapping into me, like it was a string from my head to 13 miles up on a mountain place called Lyle Creek. And I know right where it was, this little foothills. At the foothills, there was an object there. There was 2 people in it, 2 creatures in it. And it was I want to say it was 64, 65. So there was no yeah.
So there you go. I'm
There's a lot
going to stop it real quick because that's, I don't want to go too far and take over somebody else's mojo. That's Duncan Phoenix, by the way. He did the interview, I think, or he wrote it, whatever. But Sammy Hagar straight out saying he was on a mountain, got abducted by aliens with 2 beings in it, and the story goes on. Look it up yourself.
Did he get
He
probed?
was in the Catskills.
Well,
He was in '68. He was in the Catskills. He was fucking high.
it was
saying.
68, so but everybody can say that though. I mean, you go to bed during you're drunk. I mean, look at we got. Well, I mean, you can't say that about 17, our guy, because he swears up and down he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke anything, he just works, and he gets abducted by these guys. But Sammy here seems to have a similar story to this, from what I heard from the interview, but it kind of drifts into the non-believers. He was more adamant, really, to say you guys who don't believe are crazier than the guys who do believe. And I think it's a step forward, but him being Sammy Hagar, who we all love his songs and stuff like that, but he can tell a good story. I think when he's going back into the 60s, he's really adamant about we didn't have these certain technologies that can prove that we use today. Like we were just doing with Game Bet. We were like using all kinds of, that camera filters this, and might have done that. Well, back then they didn't have that kind of stuff, so it was kind of like, well, okay, you're right. I mean, you don't have another explanation for it other than, and he does admit he was dropping some acid. So,
well, there you go.
You know,
I mean,
that
we
didn't
can't
have a factor in this at all.
But like I said, this is only
And-
15 hours old, and I think that what I see from him, like how I see in other abductees, I see their willingness to really share their emotions behind the incident, and that tells me a lot because I read that, you know, I see how people are and I seem to kind of fall along the lines of I feel their emotion more than their words of their stories and such. So his emotion behind this interview is like dead on with what I would judge it. You know, I'm not an abductee, not by any means, and I sense like even with ghost stories, you know, that's an experience, and I respect it to the point to where I want to analyze it to see not that you're wrong, but where you're right, you know, and I want to understand that more, just for my own self.
Yeah, I got a video here from him actually telling the story back 10 years ago.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah, let's see what he says back then, because
He's sticking with it then, apparently.
I mean, drugs fuck up your mind.
Joel Selvin, my co-author of Sammy Hagar, Red, My Uncensored Life in Rock.
This is Sammy Hagar. I helped him write his book.
What are we going to talk about now, Joel?
I
guys
want
hear
you
it?
to tell him how you came to be the Red Rocker.
I had the song Red was my single. I was dressed in red. I had a red guitar. Totally always was into red. Wrote a song about it. I think red's the strongest color on the planet. That's why I'm wearing it today. And the reviewer in the paper said the review of the show said the Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar, performed at the Paramount Theater. And
Green Man, you know
I
this
didn't
story?
pay any attention to it, but this fan, this guy named Big John, who's still a fan. Short thing about Big John. Big John, when he made 100 Sammy Hagar concerts, I gave him
Sammy isn't one of my
all
guitar
access
heroes.
pass to every tour. We send it in the mail to him. See, you never have to pay to see me again, John, right? And he, of all people, was the guy who came to me back then before I knew him. And he was outside the hotel room when I came out the next day, and he said, he had the newspaper. He said, "Will you give me your autograph?" I said, "Sure." And he said, "Will you sign it to Red Rocket?" I said, "Sure." Sammy Hagar, Red Rocket. You know, didn't think much of it. That happened occasionally here and there, very sparse, but it just seemed like, I don't know how it happened, but I'd just be walking down the street all of a sudden, you know, it's about 70, you know, maybe 77 or so, and somebody would be going, "Hey, the Red Rocker." And I'd say, "Okay, I guess that's me." And I never put that handle on myself. The fans totally picked up on it. And then some chick did my website before I even knew what a website was, and she made it redrocker.com.
Red was a special color to you.
Yeah, it still is. I think red is the coolest color. There's something real special about it. It's magical. Red's fuzzy, it's soft, but yet it's fiery and high energy. It's got everything. It's tranquil, but it's
For fuck's sake, can you get to the story?
intense. You know, it just says it all. For me,
Let me get him a crystal.
No, I'm kind of glad. Now I get to make a drink.
20 cars, all the same car. Oh, I like the red one. You know, it's like
Let
you
me
go
read
to
this
the
tarot
clothes
card.
shop, you know, you see 20 T-shirts. I'll try the red one. You know, it's like I can't help it. It's not like walk into a guitar store. Ooh, this red Les Paul. You know, it's like I ain't trying to be that. I'm just gravitate towards red. I don't mind redheads either, by the way. Since Montrose, since 1972, I basically did album tour, album tour, album tour. That's all I did. I didn't take time off. I took one vacation in my life in 1983 when I went to Egypt and Africa and did that wonderful thing, which is one of the greatest things I've ever done. But I was always just work tour, work tour. After the VOA tour, I started making a lot of money. And I realized, wow, I don't need to work this hard. So I'm going, cutting my hair off. I'm going to take a year off. I walked out of that tour. I had bought that 512 Ferrari. It was sitting in Los Angeles at a car shop getting it. I Can't Drive 55 video, 512 Boxer. It was sitting in the car shop. And so I flew home, went straight down, got my car, drove it up to San Francisco, went the next day, got my hair cut off, basically almost a shaved head, just a little poof on top, you know.
What a surprise the Ferrari was in the shop.
And
Great story so far.
and I'm going, I've no sooner put my feet up on a couch, man, the phone rang, and it's Eddie Van Halen. And I said, well, maybe I'll come down in a couple days. So
there's somebody behind you.
And with the intention of just meeting the guys, getting Eddie to maybe come play on my next record, right? Or, hey, let's start a new band, because Roth had left the band and they were just sitting around. I said, I don't want to be in Van Halen, but I was thinking maybe we could start a new band, And I went down. I was apprehensive. I walk in. These guys have been up all night drinking and partying and trying to come up with some music to play for me, to jam with. Let's play, but man, these guys were racked. Eddie he had sunglasses, the kind with the window shades on them, with no glass in
them. Where are you going, Norm?
He just grabbed anything and put it on his face because he didn't have to look me in the eye. They were burnt.
Making a drink.
And Mike had went home. He'd come back, but him and Alan.
Don't we have fast forward?
Cans all over that studio. It was the biggest
I know,
mess
I'm
I've ever
captivated.
seen in my life. Cigarettes, butts, laying all. It stunk like a bar and an ashtray, a combination. And I was shocked. We recorded, made little cassettes, and I left, got home, put the cassette on. I was having dinner. I put the cassette on, started listening. I heard the magic. I got goosebumps. I said, wow, this, especially, I've got goosebumps right now, just talking about how special that was. It was just musical magic. The four of us were just, I called him my manager. I said, Ed, I'm doing it.
Well, thanks for that.
That was the whole thing.
Special.
Hey, what's your name, Sammy? Fuck you, Sammy.
Hey, can we
tell us
watch
anything.
the moon rays? I got the moon over here.
This DJ sucks.
That's terrible, Sammy Hagar.
That was bad.
That was ridiculous. That was such a waste of time.
I leaned in. I hope I'll pay attention. Then.
Good news is I was able to make a fresh icebreaker.
Completely nuts. All right, who's next on the story? I think that's it. We all did it. And Game Vet, he bailed. He's going outside to look at the sky and see what's going on.
Game Vet has people laughing in his house. There's two twin girls in the background somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, Game Vet's got like aliens above and a haunted house that he lives in, so you can't, he's got it all.
What about you, Manny? Where's your story?
I did. I told my story. Were you here?
You started off with it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
He does that every night, though.
That's what I'm supposed to do. So
Manny,
anyway.
have you heard, Manny, have you
UFO fart?
UFO
have
fart.
you heard of Midget Mansion in San Antonio?
Yes, I actually heard about that story. But they built something else there, didn't they? Didn't they build like a condos?
I don't know. It's been a while. I don't know if they tore it down already.
Yeah, it's gone. And what they have is like condos over it now. But the story about the midgets to, build this little mansion because they were a midget family. But things didn't go well. For little people.
I guess they didn't have good architecture.
Yes, yeah, apparently not.
Well.
But they say that the condos are haunted.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
it's actually listed.
Have you been to the train tracks? The ghost tracks? I know you said you're right around it.
Yeah, no, I haven't been there. You're talking about the one where they leave the handprints?
Yeah. I can't believe you still haven't gone to do that yet.
I don't know. It doesn't seem too exciting. Like, I want to go someplace where you get probed.
It's exciting because I wasn't when we did it. I
massage parlor.
There's a softball park right by the train tracks where
really?
you do that little place. Yeah, it's called no, it's not Champion. It's a Southern softball field. So they always have tournaments there.
Okay.
And the first time I went there, you can literally see the train track where you go over the hump from the softball field.
Okay.
And like when you're playing ball, you can see like cars line up, and you can watch them go over. Like, and it's like from I don't know.
Didn't Richard Pryor do a movie about that place?
Richard Pryor.
No, it's probably about maybe 500
Brewster's
yards.
Millions or something.
No, this is like haunted train tracks.
The story is a busload of kids were they were going, and they got their bus got stalled over train tracks, and the train hits the bus and kills everybody. So there's a neighborhood just before you get to it, and all the neighborhood street names are names of the kids that died on the wreck.
Sleepy, Snoopy.
Is that the one?
Itchy.
Is that the one where they leave? It's like supposedly if you park your car right on top of the train tracks, you get handprints and they push you off or something.
They push you over the train tracks. So there's a good. I'm gonna say like if you put maybe imagine 6 phone books high, okay, 6 phone books high. So you're standing in front of a hill that's probably about that high, and you put your vehicle in neutral, and the car will move over this hump and go down. So
I think we need to see game bet there.
I need Manny to go do it. So I was in the back seat when these guys did it, right? So I'm sitting there, and we were doing that nighttime. So the left-hand side is the open field where the softball field is, and the right-hand side is like wooded area. So these guys, okay, let's do this. I'm like, okay. So me, you know me, I'm not a big paranormal believer, you know. So let's go do this. So we're in my buddy's car, and he has like he had a screwdriver in the back rolling around. So he goes, okay, let's do this. So you have to put the vehicle in neutral. You got to turn off all the lights, turn off the engine. The engine has to be cut off. Everything has to be cut off so you can get pushed over. So when he cuts off the lights, I grab that screwdriver. So I have it in my hand in case anything comes out of because it's dark time. I mean, it's dark, and that's literally like you could spit and hit the forest or the trees or whatever. They're just off to your right. So I'm thinking someone's gonna come running out of there. I'm gonna stab them. I'm ready, but again, so we sit there, and I have that thing in my hand. You know what? Because it's dark, and these guys don't see it, but I know I'm protecting myself. You know, the Marine, and the car starts to move, and it's as fast as me and you could push the car, like ourselves, like we were trying to push the car, but it was dead, and it got us over the hump, and he gets over the hump, and the bad part, it's a hump and then a turn. So it has to have enough power to get you over, and it pushes you over the turn. So it's like, wow. So I've done it one time, but that was at nighttime. But I go play ball all the time, and I always forget because by the time the tournament's over, like you're exhausted, you just want to go home already. It's a like 2-hour drive back to Corpus. So I was forgetting. Just as we're leaving, I was like, I was gonna do the train tracks, but I was like, it's time to go home. After playing like 3 hours of softball in the sun, you forget about that stuff. So I was in cars there. Yes, it's in Texas. It's in San Antonio.
Yeah, and they say that if you put like a baby powder or talcum powder on the hood, or the trunk actually, you can actually see the handprints after it goes down.
On the bumper too. The bumpers, you put baby powder on the front and back of the car, you'll see handprints.
Crazy.
Yeah, I've never done baby powder, but I've actually done it, and I was scared enough to grab me a weapon. So.
To stab baby ghosts. I get it.
Yeah, stab baby ghosts.
That sounds great.
I never thought about it like that, but I guess you're right. I ain't scared. I'll stab a baby ghost.
I'll stab a baby ghost if I need to. And by the way, Game that is Texas, by the way. Put that question in there. Yeah, there's a lot of haunted places, especially down in the lower Rio Grande Valley. I've been hearing a lot of crazy stories down there. So we'll see. We'll have to do a trip somewhere. But hopefully I get to go see our buddy, Mr. 17, first before I go anywhere else. Because I've got to go hang out with him.
That would be a fun trip to go up there and see him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because, I feel like it's one of those things that back in the UFO Buster radio days, we always said we were going to do. We never got to do it. So I feel this is a good way to end the year, is visiting with Ronnie Dawson. So we'll see what happens. So guys, I think that's it. Anybody else got any stories? We lost Norm.
I'm good.
No, we didn't. I'm still here. I'm looking at the moon.
All I see is like just pitch black out there.
Is that the moon or
is that that's the moon?
Is that the moon or is that the moon?
It's the moon. It's supposed to be the moon.
I have a clear night over here too.
It's actually really nice out here.
Yeah, I think that's why we lost Gamevid. He's out looking for aliens again. Astro trains, not the ones that Norm picked up.
What's really weird is in your video you see 2 dots.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see the other dot with my regular eyes.
That's
your eyes are fucked up.
That's the glare of the camera. That's the glare of the camera.
No, your eyes are screwed up. That's what it is.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, because I was trying to take a picture of the moon the other day. Davina was going to work early in the morning, and she said, "Oh, the moon's so beautiful." I was trying to take a picture of it, and I could see the dots that you're talking about. And I had to do the same thing. I looked, and I was like, I saw it on the camera. I was like, "What's that dot?" And I was like, and I pulled it away. I was like, "Oh, it's just a camera."
Bugs is awake, messing with his octopusy again.
Hey, whoa! This is a kid show.
It's a kid show. I know.
We're gonna lose Antarctica.
Antarctica. Well, guys, this is the end of the podcast for today. We're going to put this on audio. But again, if you want to check out the madness from these guys, like The Norm and Davina Plus One, also known as Dre by himself, and also Green Man and Game Vet, and everybody else that joined, you got to hit us up on YouTube because that's where we're at, basically. Yeah, thanks, Green Man. That's what I was looking forward to end the podcast.
When you let Pucky know, he needs to get on.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of my dirty jokes are set gags.
Yeah, no kidding.
Can I retell my joke? Can I retell my joke? It was a good one. I wrote it.
Yeah,
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did it?
To get to the cock-a-doodle-doo. She was a slut.
Oh, I missed the slut part when you posted it before.
There you go. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, now it makes a lot of sense.
Good night, guys.
Good night, y'all. Thank you guys for joining. Have a good evening. And as I always say, ciao.
Night, guys.
See you later, guys. Thanks, Manny.
Thank you, guys.